stories. But all the same, whichever one starts first and goes, we are good to go. Alright. Okay, so what's up everybody? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching from. This is Objectv Media, and my name is Sheldon. Where elections are just about to start, and in fact it has started, especially with permutations, political expediency games going on between APC and PDP. And while the new generation candidates are also saying, well, it is their time, and that they have to do all sorts of things that they have to do to make sure that they kick out the whole cycle of people. Well, it has started, you would say. Well, we have been talking about so many games, especially also with some of these new generation candidates and their parties merging, coalescing, meeting together and doing all sorts of things. One of the younger new generation presidential candidates is Mr. Omoyele Sowore of the African Action Congress Party, AAC. And I'm live with him somewhere in Lagos today, and he's here to say something. They're just going to be chatting generally about the election and what they have been able to do so far, and what they still need to do. And all of us are going to be asking questions. Be ready with your questions. All those questions you ask me whenever I come live on my show, Mr. Sowore is here now. So you can please say hello to people at home.
Hello everyone. Good evening from where I am.
Alright, so let us begin with the latest story in town. There's this report that some of these new generation parties or candidates have decided to come up with another attempt at a coalition, even though we already know from your own position you don't want to be part of any controversial coalition. You're not so much interested because you don't believe that they are free from external political control. But the question I want to ask is, if you will want to coalesce at all, any, which would it be? Which of these new generation parties will it be, and which of the candidates particularly?
We already have a coalition. We already have a coalition of the oppressed, a coalition of the abandoned, a coalition of the unemployed, a coalition of Nigerians who are desirous of change, revolutionary change. There is no point seeking another coalition at this point. We can deal with alliances, we can deal with collaborations. When I started out, we started out as a movement and we were looking for a political party that could carry our aspirations to fruition. We couldn't find, that's why we went and registered a political party. Asking to join another coalition of political parties that existed before we formed our own probably will show that we were never serious in the first place. So there is no coalition necessary. What you are seeing out there is not a coalition conversation. It is conspiracy. Conspiracy is different from coalition. And the conspiracy started against us very early. You remember there was a time we wanted to join some political parties and PDP went and bought them and formed COP or Sorrow, as we used to call it. And it was likely to prevent us from finding a platform. Then someone was sent after us to make us join her party, only to find out later that she was already in bed with the PDP. And then after we set up our own political party, before we set up our own political party, they targeted us with a pact, the Survive Pact. The same people who said they have gotten a candidate from pact are the same people who are now going back to another coalition. Already that coalition was resolved by pact. Honestly, we are the target. What they want to say at the end of the day is that they are not campaigning, they are not going out there to meet voters, they are not meeting young people, old people, they are not going to markets, they are not going to religious places, they are not meeting people in their places of need or hours of need. But they want to turn around and say, oh, it's sure that they not allow us to have a coalition candidate, that is the thing. You turn to a blackmail of sorts, but the truth is that we're very clear that we have always said that we don't have a lot in common with these guys. Their position on minimum wage is well known. They don't have a position. They don't have a position on restructuring that we know of. They don't have a position on health. They have no position on security. We've debated all these young people before in general debates, on individual debates. We have had meetings with them. And I'm not condemning them. I'm just saying that we're different. And the similarities are not there for us to be excited about, and this is what we've always told people who ask for this compulsive coalition, because a lot of people are just wishing that we can have a coalition. But the question you should ask yourself is, where are these other younger candidates campaigning? You can't find any evidence of campaigning. We did town hall meetings, we were showing it live, we did meetings, we did individual meetings, we went abroad, we went home, we went to swim in the river, we've been to see herdsmen, fishermen, we've seen pastors, we've seen traditional rulers. They're not doing that. They sit down in one corner and they're looking for endorsement, which in my view is not the kind of politics we're practicing. We already have lots of people. Our supporters, our members, combined together are bigger than several of the coalitions that are. So if anybody wants to join the coalition, they should come join us. And we will be open to it, but we'll also be very cautious about it so that we don't get infiltrated.
So that is to say that there's none of them as we speak right now that can even excite you to say I want a coalition.
We've already discussed this before.
It's just to emphasize that.
There's nothing to re-emphasize. We've always made it very clear. See, there was a time that people were worried that maybe this Sowore cannot debate Kingsley. And then we had the TVC debate. It was clear to everybody that my position on a number of issues are different from Kingsley Mogalo's. I'm just naming names now. The concerns that maybe Fela was a better speaker than Sowore, motivational speaker than Sowore. And then, they've seen Fela and I, we went at collaboration. He spoke, I spoke. I think our positions are very clear. Fantastic speaker. But I can also express myself. And beyond that, there's history, there's pedigree. Look, what have these young people done in the past? When the country had military rule, you didn't fight. When we had occupied Nigeria, you didn't fight. When we had all kinds of issues that injustice against people, you didn't fight. I'm not saying that you have to be a fighter to be president. I'm just saying that is one consistent line I've always had, is that I stood for what I believe in, and for you to have me believe in you, you must have some consistency too. So nobody should be worried or be discouraged. The real coalition is us, and that's what is going to happen. I told the story severally about how we went to a meeting at Charlie Boy's house, and they were saying, the candidates want to accept. They're looking for somebody they can accept. And they're saying Sowore is not acceptable to the others. It's true. I don't want, if I gain the acceptance of the others today, I'll start worrying about my sanity. We're talking about the political elders who destroy this country. So that's why I'm different.
Well, is that to say that you don't feel anything is being removed at all from this emphasis on new generation candidates if they isolate you and decide to go and merge? Nothing is being removed at all.
Let me break it down to you. There was a time Kingsley and Fela went to PAC and Fela won. Kingsley said, even after accepting the results, the documentation, Kingsley said he doesn't respect the outcome of the PAC. Kingsley went ahead with his ambition. Did anything get removed? Definitely no. If it was, Kingsley even said that there was an attempt to kill his ambition, the PAC at that time. So they entered into another PAC now, or coalition they called the Force. So let's see who is going to step down for who. But what this shows is that Kingsley has successfully been able to browbeat Fela to surrender to him. And that's what Kingsley has always said, that Fela is not what the outcome of that result. You interviewed Kingsley at the University of Lagos. He said it very clearly that the reason why nobody respected the outcome of PAC was because he didn't produce Kingsley, which was an indictment on Fela's validity. So now, if Fela surrenders to Kingsley, it shows that Fela was never real before. And now he has finally accepted the superiority of Kingsley over him. Sowore does not accept the superiority of Kingsley and Fela over him because the empirical evidence shows that on the street we have credibility, on the airwaves we have credibility, everywhere we have plenty of credibility and availability of evidence to show that we have more followers across the country, because we actually go out there to meet people and people meet us across the country. We are not a Muslim candidate or a Christian candidate or a candidate for the elites, or a candidate for business people. We are candidates for everybody. Look at today. The Speaker of the House of Representatives issued a statement that 30,000 naira is grossly inadequate as minimum wage. So finally, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, who is supposed to sit over the law that will make it legitimate, is saying that that money is not enough. Sowore has been saying it forever, 9 months. Now everybody is coming. He even used the word living wage. They are borrowing our terminology. Obi and I are in good terms, on good terms, so no problem. But I knew that she won't go very far.
And I must say that Obi is probably one of the few presidents you have ever, abused their president and say, this thing you are doing is wrong. And she never even took it against you.
I don't.
Others just say, he's rude.
No, because they know I'm honest. They know that when I say things, it's because they're things I'm convinced about. And they can respect me for that. Because that part of me has also rocked off even on their own struggle. They know when someone is saying the truth. There's nothing I said to Obi's face that I didn't say to Kingsley's face. And Fela, I joked about Fela that when we become president, he can get a position as the DG of National Information Agency. And when he saw me, he made fun of me. He's like, "Oh, Minister of Information." And I said, "We have downgraded you." Because but on a serious note, there's really nothing there. If you follow our trajectory very well, you see that there's nothing that is going on now that we haven't spoken about. So when we went on NTA and they were asking about corruption, I mentioned that of the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Nobody could disprove me that 2 years ago I did reveal that the man had money that he couldn't account for. But the EFCC issued a statement condemning Sahara reporters for it. Yes. That's how
and today they are
finally the other day was
why are they retracting the earlier press statements?
Oh, they don't care. They have no history. The other thing you must understand was that there was also a conspiracy against us in the debate. All these young candidates were part of it somehow, either by direct acquiescence or complicity. When they said Sowore should not debate, they knew that if they boycotted the debate, they would have been forced to bring me into the debate. But they were the happiest person that I was not debating, and they thought that after the debate nobody would remember Sowore again. After the debate, we were trending, even though they were the ones. We were the ones people were talking about, even though they were the ones debating. And after that, the NTA thing showed superiority of not just Sowore, but his vice that people didn't know about, who came and proved himself on national TV.
And that leads me to your campaign trips so far.
Yeah.
How many more elections are just here already? How many more states or places would you like to visit before the elections?
We've done 5 geopolitical zones already. We've done in North, West, Northeast. We just concluded, and part of North Central. We did Jos. We've done South. We've done Southeast, except Ebonyi. And now we've done North Central. And then we are now in the Southwest. So Southwest will start pretty soon, I think on Friday in Ibadan, or your state.
So that would be all for campaign. You're almost done with all the.
Pretty much. So many of the places we're going to now, we've already gone to those places in town hall meetings. So it's going to be a second icing on. It's going to be an icing on the cake. Icing.
And talking about the last one you visited, there was this meeting between you and the Prophet Issa.
Yes, Prophet Issa Prophet.
Yes, he was talking something about coalition that he also met Fela and the rest of them before. What is the story of that? What do you make out of that coalition thing?
I'm not religious, right? But I will tell you the story of what happened. So the Spirit was speaking through Prophet Abuba, and his flesh came in at the end. And his flesh was that he's had this conversation with Fela, and he revealed that where they're like, Sowore is the problem, can you just let him know that he might need to step down for somebody? But I told him at the end, I said, look, this is what the Spirit says. the coalition must produce a reliable representative. And he agreed with me.
You were spirit to spirit.
Yeah. But in front of prophets and men of God, I know when the spirit fails them and when their flesh kicks in. So
oh my!
But he was it was a good meeting. I would admit, and I like his spirit. But I've dealt extensively with religious people over time, so I'm a prophet in my own right too. And he kind of alluded to it, even though I said something and I said I'm not a prophet, but he said it's prophetic.
Officially, you're not.
I'm not. I mean, not on record.
Well, let's talk about these campaigns. You've done so much of diaspora campaigning. You've done so much also on ground in Nigeria. But there's this disparity. Nigerians in diaspora seem to catch it. I mean, they are catching the vibe more than Nigerians locally, especially because you didn't have to do so much to get them to agree with your points abroad. The effort you are putting on ground, I don't know, maybe I'm not correct. But the way we see Nigerians abroad latching onto this
you're not correct because
Nigerians.
the same problem that the people you analyze have is the same problem you have. You are a Lagos-based, you are an internet-based analyst, so you can kill yourself with analysis in your room. You don't get out of here, you don't go to Ibadan. Have you ever been to Gombe before?
But we went together to Ibadan.
No, I'm just asking you, have you been to Bauchi before?
Not to campaign.
Exactly.
Not to campaign.
But as a journalist, you are supposed to be in all of these places so that you can understand who is catching the vibes.
But we are following all the campaigns we see.
No, you're not following enough to understand that you cannot go from here, Lagos, to Bauchi and have people follow you, even 4 people follow you, they don't follow you. It doesn't work like that. You can't go to Gombe and people will leave everything there, including prayers when they're praying to come to your canoe and come and follow you and leave. They didn't have that kind of acceptance when they were around. So you could see there's a picture of Zeke when he went to campaign somewhere and some people were holding the table for him. How many people do you think were there? Maybe like 12 people. Because that was how many people accepted their messages at that time. But there's no way we have been there. We didn't have crowd followers and we didn't pay for this crowd. As opposed to the other big parties who would pay people, rallies are transactional, but the kind of rally we do is the one that go to meet people in their places of existence and business. So that's why you don't know how people are.
But that was actually not my question. I was asking, you didn't have to put so much effort to convince people to abroad like you had to do here.
People abroad have different characteristics from
exactly. That's what I'm asking.
So if you're abroad, if you're watching on your own computer, you have data. Because you watch your data, you pay once a month and it's cheap. You have electricity. All those objective conditions are working in favor. In Nigeria, the opposite is the case. But I'm just saying that regardless, if people are not convinced, we wouldn't get them the kind of...
That is not in doubt.
Yeah.
People are getting
yes. The percentage is passing on to them. No, the percentage is unbelievably high. For a political party that is 5 months old, and for a movement that's 9 months. I was the last person, apart from Obi, I was the last person to enter the presidential race. But our party, our candidature enjoys the most reach in Nigeria today. That is undeniable.
If Nigerians in diaspora were to be voting, no doubt.
We voted already.
Clearly,
but we won by
the one that INEC will be counting. If they were to be voting,
you don't know because
the
elections are not. That's what I'm saying. You see, there are a lot of political calculations that would shock people in this election. You don't know that there are silent voters who are not out there, and that was what killed Hillary Clinton in the U.S. She took it for granted that because she was the loudest, that most people would vote for her. But a lot of people wanted to vote for Donald Trump. They didn't say it in public. Even if you ask them, they'll tell you they're voting for Hillary because it's the most politically correct thing to say. Because if you say you are voting for Trump, you are already labeled as a racist. But when it was time for voting, they voted for a different candidate. And that's what is happening in this case. If you are monitoring the way people are talking, the way people are embracing their ideas, people are looking for a third alternative. And that's where our popularity comes from. And you can't understand that. It used to be that people say to you, oh, if you don't go to the market women, forget it, But when you look at even what INEC released, market women are smaller compared to students and youth. Maybe the portion that is market women is like 6 million voters. Students and youth, 22 million voters. That tells you something about what might flip in this election. and you just have to watch out for it. But don't make any assumption except you have empirical evidence. But I'm saying this is your table and your laptop is not enough to conclude anything.
You were reporting election with your laptop and 2015.
I'm just telling you, but you know that I also have people call me
as a model.
at the network. So your model is a model.
Anyways, let's talk about when you started out, a lot of people began with criticism such as no structure, no this, no that. But now they're no longer talking about that. They have changed it to okay, let's look at the crowd following him. When APC and PDP have I'm just going to rephrase it this way now. When APC and PDP have their own show, like showbiz that they do, they have this crowd. Does it discourage you in any way?
No. What they did is they had a policy of uprising people. They made them poor so that they can bring them to a stadium when they parachute and then wave at them with music and water and food, and then they walk away. There's no message there, no message in there. If they're sure that crowds can do it for them, they would have gone back now and relaxed. They won't need to remove the Chief Justice of Nigeria in the most unconstitutional way. They are afraid. They know that the relationship between them and the crowd is transactional. It's like, so it is the same crowd that went to APC rallies that went to that of PDP when they come into town.
Usually.
Yes, that's the way it works. It's the job of poor people to go to rallies, but they made them poor. So that cannot determine the outcome of an election. That much I can tell you based on. They don't have any structures, I say it all the time. They have retail outlets for conducting political transactions. And they're like ShopRite of intimidation, bribery, corruption, and then indoctrination. I don't even see indoctrination in it because there's no logic and there is no substance to what they're pushing. There's nobody who convinces anybody with an APC agenda or APC manifesto. So I think one of your camera is
just a second. It's working actually, but I just want to check. People are complaining about the noise of the generator, so I want to see what I can do quickly.
Man, tell them you are running this from Lagos.
1 second, people will be back shortly. I'm still live. People are complaining about the noise of the generator is too much. But let's continue, no problem. So let us move on to another issue, because I've stepped on many toes even before coming to contest at all. One of another segment or sector of people you have probably stepped on are the media people.
Yes.
You offended them too somehow. You offended them because most of them refused to start reporting. They refused when you first started to be reporting you whenever you went out.
Yeah, and then, so there's a relationship between me and the mainstream media. So it was like the offense started when Sahara Reporter started, and I came in this in-your-face media company that they all predicted would fail. And they said, "Look, who are you? You are not a professional." And I came. Sahara Reporter became a phenomenal success, and actually drove a lot of them out of business. Not in a way that I expected it. So there's that grudge. Yeah. There's a second issue about them just looking at me and saying, how dare you think you can be successful where we haven't succeeded over these years. That's also it. The fact that there was a lecture I gave years ago, and I predicted that if they don't change and upgrade their ways of doing this, they will end up becoming writers for Linda Cage. They laughed at it. Now, so many of them can't even find jobs at Linda Cage's company because they are not digital enough for even her own kind of journalism. And what Sahara Reporters did encouraged a lot of citizen journalists, people who are starting, because we lower the barrier to entry into journalism. They don't forgive me for that. And they don't also like me because I'm in their face. When they do wrong, I call them out, and they don't like that. These guys are, they are part of parcel of the elitist system in the country that is controlling things, and then you come and dethrone them, you challenge them. Nobody likes that. It's offensive. So they feel offended, and they decided almost unanimously that one, they will be reporting to Sowore, and secondly, that if they will report me at all, I have to pay for it. And I said to them, I'm not giving anybody money. afford. I don't have the money first and foremost, but most people they cannot afford.
Pay for such.
I can't pay for such things. So like I see it in their chat rooms. I'm a member of a number of journalists chat rooms, and I see how they dismiss me. But now they can't anymore. But they're still upset. I remember when we started, NTA would never interview us. Channels did a few times.
That's exactly my question. What did you do? What happened at some point?
They said it's too tedious to even have a discussion about whether I come to this or not because they're afraid that I will say something that will just cause trouble and things like that. So there's some kind of gang-up against my candidacy, but I'm used to it. They did that gang-up when Sahara. It started with Sahara reporters. They're not forgiving me for what Sahara reporters became within the media world here.
Let me ask about visitation. You visited Oni of Ife. Something happened. Since then, we have not really seen you visiting, palaces as much as you started. You were frequenting at that time, and people were asking.
I wasn't frequenting palaces.
No, I mean,
I visited.
You did.
I visited the Emir of Kano. I visited the Alaafin of Oyo. I visited Deji of Akure, and then the Oni of Ife. It didn't happen. And I recently visited the traditional ruler outside of Abuja, so it's not that I don't. I visited one also in Igondo. So I still visit palaces, but to be honest with you, it takes too much work to visit the traditional ruler. Considering that, and I'm being honest there, that after waiting for 3 hours for traditional ruler, he's already had a candidate he's going to go for or who is working for. It's sheer waste of time. I consider it to be, and I prefer to visit the people. That's where I spend most of my time. I've had a lot of traditional rulers invite me to visit, and some of them we talk to, and I'm fine with the way things are. I do not want to pretend that I'm going to spend my time waiting in palaces when there are opportunities to meet young people, meet market women, meet people who are real voters, who will vote for you. They are convinced that supposed to be who are made up their mind that they are going to work for government officials who are in power.
Because the reason I ask that question is most of the people who are asking this question are from Benin City. Mostly, largely. Yeah. Some of them are saying, when are you visiting the Oba of Benin?
We applied to visit the Oba of Benin twice. We didn't get any response, and then when we got the response, I was out of town. I don't have anything against visiting the Oba. I visited the Oba of Wari as well. To remember, I visited the Oba of Agaraga in Ondo State. So if I have the opportunity, I'll visit the Oba of Benin as well. If the opportunity presents itself. But the Oba of Benin, you have to apply to visit him, and you have to approve it. They have to issue a decree that you visit. So until we get that, I can always get there. It's the Oba's palace, and I always say Oba top of here.
All right, let's talk about 774 government areas in Nigeria. People are asking, although I saw a form online, you ask people to apply to be polling unit agents. How far has that gone? Because earlier today I featured your media director, Rachel Onamusi, and she was giving out our book, but she didn't tell us exactly how many more people are needed.
We need a lot of people, and we have about 120,000 polling units, and they're collecting and calling them. So we have different means of recruiting polling units agents. One is through the online thing, but we also have representatives in states, local government, and wards across the country who are submitting names of agents. I don't know at this point how many we have, but I'm sure we're in shape.
Let's talk about funding. You wanted to raise some amount of money on GoFundMe and also locally. Would you say the amount you have raised so far is sufficient to carry you?
It's never sufficient, but adequate. Yeah, it's adequate to do what we need to do. That's why we're still in the race. And we're the only ones who genuinely have been raising money transparently. And Weekend is close, so it's giving us money. We read them out whenever we go on the couch, and we'll be on the couch tonight later on. So it's at this point I think we've surpassed 100 million combined. That's GoFundMe and Zenith Bank. We didn't know that we would be able to open a local account when we started, and when that succeeded, that helped a lot. In fact, at this point, more people have donated to the Nigerian account than people donated from abroad. So that tells you that there's better interest, which answers your first question about local interest. Now, this is the first time that I know in my lifetime that Nigerians are giving money for political reasons, the amount we're getting. Typically they collect, and they're still collecting from people who stole from them, but they know that we're not using public funds for election. They're giving to us. So that's where we are.
That leads me to the question of, yes, since you started Sahara Reporters, you know so much about Nigeria. But are there new things you started knowing that you never knew before since you started this political journey? Anything at all?
If I do, it will be something that will be subject of a book or movie in the future. So if I tell you now who's going to buy the movie, who's going to come watch the movie?
Let's make it a movie because you don't read again. You don't read anymore.
That's correct. It will be available, but nothing substantial, but just some very interesting findings.
On the closing notes now, you're asking people to vote for you as president of Nigeria, but people are also asking
president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Those are two different things.
President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
One is constitutional, the other one is, you can make that.
The ceremonial. All right. How about the locals? I mean, senatorials, governor, because most of the time when we see you, it's not in every state that you have visited that you raise the hand of the governorship candidate up and say, this is the person for governorship in this state on the platform of AAC. And we are not also seeing them doing as much as you are doing as the president.
No, we meet everywhere. We have a governorship candidate in Delta, we raised his hand and we campaign together. We have a governorship candidate in Lagos, we met and campaigned together. We have a governorship candidate in Rivers State. We have in Enugu, Chidi, and Wanya was there. We have in Adamawa, and we have a number of senatorial candidates. We have House of Rep members who are contesting. You haven't seen me raising up hands because that's not our style. We're not the flag waving person. Maybe it's also reduce, yes, so that we also reduce the errors, so that the president doesn't hand over to another presidential candidate. That's in a lighter mode, but everybody's doing whatever they can. We're a new party, we're younger, and we're more compact than the behemoth bureaucratic parties that we're used to. We do things differently, mostly digitally.
And one last thing to Nigerians, Jew and then Namak or what? The Nigerians in the camera. But what would you like them to do as the elections?
Trust me, it sounds redundant to keep repeating this, and I think people know what to do. The people who are calling us, people who are likely watching this know what to do. They're doing what they need to do. I can only thank them. I can't thank you enough from the bottom of my heart. That you've been way more than I can even imagine that they'll be doing. So a lot of people have lost faith even in a pan-Nigerian, embrace of any idea. Like everybody until we came on board, and you're seeing Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba. We're seeing young people, old people all coming together, and they meet me and they say, I'm voting for you. And most importantly, you're seeing a convergence of Nigerians abroad and at home agreeing on the same thing and having a lot of decisions around how they want the future to run. This is something that is amazing. They don't need to give people instruction. I have a feeling they know what to do.
You said something just now that reminded me, and I'm sorry to add, I'm supposed to round off now. You made a statement in the past where you said that Ijaw people, that Ondo people, your part of the state especially was part of Ijaw or something, not necessarily Yoruba, and that. But if you are going to win election, at least let's start from your state. You are certain about your state, not divided against you.
No, what I did was telling people my origin. I don't think anybody had an an ethnic prism in which to look at me. You know, I'm the least ethnic candidate. People are confused about where I come from because I don't present myself as an ethnic champion. I'm not. You know, but when people ask me where are you from, I tell them I'm a Joe boy in Ondo State. So that nobody thinks, oh, you know, you're lying. But I speak Yoruba. You know, I'm a Yoruba speaking Ijaw person. I don't understand a word of Ijaw. I speak Yoruba, and I grew up mostly as a Yoruba person, not as an Ijaw person. But when it comes to my origin, that's where we're from, in Ondo State. So there's no confusion about that.
So you are clearing Ondo State.
I'm Ondo State. I'm a human being. You know, that's the most important thing. Yeah. Because a lot of people are confused. There are people who have even said, oh, maybe you have abandoned your Nigerian citizenship, you are now American. I said, no, I'm not. I'm a Nigerian. I carry a Nigerian passport. And I know what I mean. The Nigerian passport is the heaviest passport in the world. It carries a lot of weight, mostly negative weight. So
it's not on body
negative, dead weight. We're about to change that.
All right, thank you everybody. It's a wrap now, and that's just the bit we can go with Mr. Omoyele Sowore. It's been a fantastic time. I'm not able to read all your questions, now especially for those of you who are watching on Facebook, because we are having a terrible time with Facebook streamer there. But for those of you that are
deliberately on the streamers on Facebook, were you paid not to stream us on Facebook?
Well, if somebody paid me to do that, I'll be a rich man by now, because
that's what MTA did to me. You're working with them.
Well, I tried, you know, it's a network thing. But even those that saw us on YouTube are saying that your generator is making noise. All right, thank you everybody. It's been a very fantastic time. I'll see you again tonight if I get on the time. So thank you so much, and Mr. Omoyele Sowore will also be live on his couch. So watch
our time on the couch, 9:30 p.m. tonight. Is what it is. Be on the lookout for it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and it's a wrap for now. Until then, sign out, signature as always. Keep talking about the things that matter. My name is Omoyele Sowore. Peace out.